everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Life with Patti, and welcome to my kitchen. So, it's Saturday. This probably is not going to go, I'm not going to air this till Sunday, but we're getting ready to have dinner, and I thought, hey, why don't you guys cook along with me? So today, we are going to have tamale pie. I love tamale pie, let me tell you. This hamburger is still a little bit frozen, and I was going to cut it like a third of it off and save it for another meal because we don't need that much hamburger in this one. So it calls for a pound of hamburger if I go by the recipe that my mother gave me. But you know what? We probably got a little bit over a pound here, maybe like a pound and a half. Still a little bit frozen, dadgummit, but that's all right. It'll thaw out in here. We'll break it apart. It wasn't as hot today as it's been. It's been in the high 80s, low 90s, but it's gonna be 99 next Saturday or Friday. I can't remember which one. So it's warming up here, but we get hot here. We get into the 108s, 110s, sometimes 115. So today is a beautiful day of 77. I gotta go wash my hands. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got my hamburger in, and I'm browning it. We're going to add a bunch of goodies to it. But let me put my leftover hamburger into a little Ziploc bag. What did they do before there were Ziploc bags in the world, folks? Because I love me my Ziploc bags, but I know they're not good for the landfills. I know it. But they are good for my heart. Okay, so while this is cooking up, we are going to flip this over, and we're going to add, it says to add 2 garlic cloves, but we got this little package here that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in there. And we like garlic anyways, so we're going to put all that garlic in here, okay? Now, I have a lot of new followers lately, and you're probably asking yourself, well, what kind of a channel does she have? Because I thought she was a crafter, or I thought she was a cooking channel, or I thought she was a gardening channel, or I thought she was one that did hauls. Well, I will tell you what kind of a channel this is, folks. This is a channel about Patti. That's the name of my channel, right? Life with Patti. So this channel has everything that I like to do. Sometimes I'll take you on a walk with me. Sometimes I'll take you on an event with me. So this channel is not just about one thing. This is about all kinds of things. So if you only like the crafting part, well then you tune into my crafting videos. If you only like the cooking parts and the baking parts, then that's what you can tune into. If you're one that is versatile like me, tune in with me every day. I'd love to visit with you. And I try to answer all my comments, okay? So I hope that I can fulfill that. So we have our hamburger brownie with our garlic cloves in there. And now it says 1 medium onion. This is really, I would consider this maybe a large onion, so we'll see. I might only use half of it. We'll see. I saw my grandson today for the first time in almost 8 weeks, and it felt really, really good to see him. So some things are lightening up around here with orders, other things are not. One of the barber shops in the county over, he decided he was just going to open up no matter what, he didn't care, and he got a $1,000 citation. But he didn't just open up. He had all 5 barbers working at one time, and their chairs were right next to each other, no masks, no social distancing whatsoever. And so he got a $1,000 fine, and I don't think he cared, but I don't know. I'm not going to get into the politics part of that, you know, right now. I think that I just have to do what's best for me and my family. So I'm still not shopping a whole lot. I am shopping in town, you know, Dollar General, Rite Aid, our grocery store. I did go to Target the other day, and but I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If Michael's opens back up, I'll wear my gloves, I'll wear my mask. I guess, well, they are supposed to open on Monday, but I have to work till Friday, so I'll probably go over on Friday. And it said mask required to get into the store, and I have no problem with that. And I'll take my Lysol wipes for the cart, and I'll wear my gloves. I'll take all precautions, but I probably will go over on Friday. And if I do, stay tuned. Alright, we are only going to use a half an onion in here because we do not need the whole thing, because this was a big onion. So once again, Ziploc. I know that Tupperware makes a little onion holder thing. I might consider getting one of those. You know, then you don't throw away so many Ziploc bags. Put this onion right in here. I got the fan going on in the kitchen here, and so it is blowing stuff around. Starting to smell like yummy onions and garlic. I feel like Rhoda Stone here got my Coke. Rhoda's always got a drink in hand when she's cooking. If you haven't visited Rhoda Stone's channel, I highly suggest that you do. If I can remember to put the recipe in the description box below, I will. And I will also put the link to Rhoda's channel in the description box below for you. And my friend Jan over at Jan from New York City Saves Money has a lot of really easy, inexpensive recipes. I will put her link in the description box below as well. Go check out Jan and Rhoda both for some great cooking. Okay, I have one of these containers full of sliced mushrooms, but I'm going to chop them up more than what they're already chopped up, because I like them big chunks. Now, this would be good to save to put some seedlings in when you're starting your garden in the house. So I'm just going to cut these mushrooms up a little bit more in here, just kind of, nothing, you know, extra particular, just a little bit, so that they cook up a little easier, a little nicer. So you're not getting one big old chunk of mushrooms in there, you know. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, let's put this in. Here we go. I do get the really lean burger, so a lot of times you don't even have to drain it off because it's so lean. But if you have the one that has a higher percentage of fat, you are probably going to have to drain all your fat out before you continue with some of the other ingredients, okay? But mine looks pretty good. So we've now got in here our half of an onion, 5 garlic cloves, a tub of mushrooms, and we now have 3 celery stalks. I'm not sure if I'm going to put 3 in here. We'll see. Cut these in half, and then in half again. And then we're going to just chop them up. You guys see me? Kind of, huh? You're seeing me more than you're seeing the chopping, but oh well. I love tamale pie, you guys, and I haven't had it probably in 6 or 8 months. I don't know, I have to go back on my playlist and see if I've ever cooked it for you guys before. I'm not sure if I have or not. But, we've got a lot of newbies here that I appreciate. Appreciate all my regulars that have been with me for a long time, too. I really appreciate all you guys. I thought somebody was here, but no. So I'm working on my second stalk of celery now. And I think that's probably all I'm going to do. Then I could do the other one with some peanut butter for a snack for me and the hubs. We'll split it in half. Half each. I don't want to eat too much because we're going to eat dinner pretty soon, you know? Alright. So I believe this is all that I have to chop up. Got some other ingredients to go in here, but this is all that I have to chop up and put in here. Oh, there goes my oven, went off. So I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees, okay? This will feed us for a few meals, but we love leftovers. I mean, there's nothing better than tamale pie out of the oven the first time, because then the cornbread is nice and crispy for you. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I have a can of corn here. I'm going to go drain this really quick. I forgot to drain it. So I'll be right back, you guys. So it calls for it calls for the smaller cans, but I'm just going to use the big ones. And I love the corn in here. So 1 can of the whole kernel corn and 1 can of the cream corn. And I'm not a big fan of canned cream corn, so I was glad because this makes me use up my last can of cream corn, and I probably won't buy any more unless I need it for a recipe. So we're mixing that right in with our mixture here that we're making, okay? All right. Now here's our corn that I drained. In the pot it goes. Oh darn, I forgot. Okay, so it calls for, in the recipe, it calls for chili powder, 3 tablespoons, oregano, salt, and pepper. But what I'm going to use instead is one of these taco seasoning packets. I'm going to use that instead of the chili powder because we are not real spicy people around here. And I'm actually going to use 2 of these. Okay? This was my mom's recipe from way back in the day. Maybe before they even had taco seasoning mixes. I don't know. So, that's what we're going to use in here. It also calls for tomato sauce, but I didn't have any tomato sauce. And I love how Granny B always says, a recipe is just a base to go off of. Now, it's a little different if it's baking, then I kind of think you need to be more precise. But for cooking, you can kind of wing it your own way, how you like. So it calls for tomato sauce and a large can of diced tomatoes. So I have the smaller cans, so I'm using 2 of the diced tomatoes. And this is the one with roasted garlic and onion. I always have about 6 to 8 of these cans on hand in the pantry, so that I always have it when I need it. And we're going to play it by ear. We might just use 1. And we are. We are only going to use 1 can because I don't want it really super soupy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then it calls for let's see here, one olive slice, large or small cans. So I use 2 of these smaller cans, and they are the 3.8 ounce, and I drained them. They're right here. My dad used to like to have them with the whole olive in there, because he said it was like winning a prize if you got all of them. It was so funny. He lived in the Depression era, so an olive was a big surprise to him. He loved it, you know, to have an olive. He lived in some poor, poor times, let me tell you. When he tells me stories of things, I'm just like, whew, Dad. But anyways, okay. And then it also said the oregano, salt, and pepper. But we used the taco seasoning, and then I'm just going to use some of this Emerald's Italian seasoning. And you know, you can use any Italian seasoning. It doesn't have to be my friend Emerald, whoever you want to use. Or you can just do the oregano, salt, and pepper if you want. Okay. So our mixture is all done. Looks so beautiful. I'm going to show you. Here is our mixture all ready. See that? And now I'm going to put it into my clay pot. This is a 9 by 13 pan. You don't have to have a clay pot. You can use any pot you want, okay? I'm going to put it in here. And I don't know, it might not take it all, because maybe I made too much, then I just save it and we have it for something else later. It looks like it's going to take it all. Yep. Show is. Get this all out of here. Boy, does that look good. Okay. So here's what it looks like in my pan, okay? Now, we're going to make the cornbread to go on the top. Now, my mom's recipe has the cornbread, the eggs, the milk, everything, but I'm using these Jiffy corn mixes. You used to get them 3 for 99 cents, but I think they've got up a little bit in price, 69.99 cents a pop. Not quite sure. So I'm going to make it with 2 of these, okay, because we love the cornmeal on top, the cornbread. I'm going to tilt this down just a tad so you can see, okay? So here's our first one. And it calls for 1 egg and 1/3 cup milk per package, okay? And we're going to do 2 packages. These are great to have on hand. They're inexpensive and they store well. Oops, I opened the wrong end. Oh well. It's always good to have some of this on hand, you know. Leave it in your pantry so that you have it for whenever you need it. You might just want corn muffins, like corn just by themselves, or cornbread. So they're good to have on hand. So we got 2 packages in there. Now we're going to put 2 eggs. There's 1 and 2. And then 2/3 of a cup of milk. Got me a sink full of dishes now. I can't remember how long we're going to bake this for. Hold on, let me go check. We're going to bake all this once it gets on here for about 30-40 minutes till the cornbread's all done, basically, because your mix is already all made, okay? So we're basically cooking it for the corn mixture, the corn muffin mixture. This is yummy in my tummy. Okay, and here we go. We're just going to pour this along the whole casserole. Come back and get this all out of here. My husband's not as big of a fan of the cornbread as I am. So this side's going to have more because I kind of dumped it that way. But he'll have that side. I'll have this side. Alright, you guys, I'm going to put this in the oven. 375 degrees in my oven. 350 in yours because mine cooks cool for about a half an hour. And then we're going to come back and have us a nice little taste test, okay? Alright, here it is. Right out of the oven. Still sizzling a little bit. So the hubs will get this side because he doesn't like as much cornmeal, or, you know, the cornbread. This side will be mine because I love the cornbread. So let me turn this camera around and let's have a taste test. All right, let's cut into this beautiful piece of wonder here. All right, so here's what it looks like. Look at that nice cornbread. And then your hamburger mixtures down there. We're going to try some. It's really hot still. So how many of you like tamale pie? How many of you have never had tamale pie? My coworker, she's never had tamale pie. I should make her one of these for her family one time. And there's something better about tamale pie at home than there is if you get it like frozen or for takeout. I just love that sweet cornbread. Mixed with that little mixture of our meat mixture. So yummy. So yummy. Celery's still a little bit crunchy. It's a thumbs up in my world, but I knew it was gonna be. So, alright you guys, it's been fun cooking with you today. Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to watch more of me, hit that subscribe button. If you hit that notification button every time I upload a video, which is usually every single morning, you'll be notified. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, okay you guys? I love you all. I'm glad that I started YouTube a year ago because I've met so many awesome people. And I've done a lot of great stuff since I've been doing it because I want to share it with you guys. So you guys take care and I'll see you again probably right back here tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.